Wants to Be a Millionaire, Sports Edition.
Yep. So there's more Sports Edition because I think I'm doing this again actually often now. I've been doing this.
Hey there, I'm Regis Philbin. Welcome to the show. How many players?
Just me.
All right, one player.
Instructions?
Let's find out who you are. Hey, thanks. Let's take a look at your first
question. Which of these pitches is not commonly found in baseball? Fastball, knuckleball, slider, sales pitch. That'd be the sales pitch.
Quick to press D. Fine. You are so right. Okay, you've got 100. That may be a respectable basketball score, but in this game, we're just getting started. Go ahead. Take a look at your next question.
Okay, 200. What if a figure drove a car in college with the license plate Primetime? Reggie White, Lawrence Taylor, Deion Sanders, Dennis Miller. I'm familiar with Dennis Miller's tenure as a commentator back in, I think it was in late 90s he was commentator.
Answer C looks like a knockout. You are correct. Hey, that's 2 in a row. And $200. Let's take a look at your $300 question.
Okay, 300. What was the real first name of the basketball legend known as Dr. J? Julius, Jordan, Jules, Jorge. That'd be Julius Levy.
You feel confident that answer A isn't an air ball. You got it. Okay, that's $300. Let's take a look at your $500 question.
Okay. What if a player regularly wears a batting helmet while playing in the field? John Olerud, Mark McGuire, Tino Martinez, Andres Galarraga. That'd be John Olerud.
You want to pick answer A. You got it.
1989, Olerud had a surgery to remove brain aneurysm. He began wearing a helmet to protect his skull from line drive. And I think this actually happened when Olerud was in college, actually. I know the Galaxy wore one once, but he was the recipient of racial epithets.
Good work.
Back, I think, in the
That's
60s,
$500
actually.
And you're doing just great. Let's take a look at your $1,000 question.
Okay. In the regular season NHL game ends in a tie. How many minutes of hockey were played? 55, 60, 65, 80. That'd be 65.
Make that your final answer.
And this was before ties became, I guess, a bosh because of the shootout, which I think they should bring it back.
Correct.
The regular season game 6 minutes plus 5 minutes of overtime, assuming no goals are scored. Which is technically possible to have one goal if you scored the last possible second, which is too close to call, so...
Hey, that's terrific. 5 questions in a row for $1,000. Now keep your eye on the ball. Here it comes, your $2,000 question.
2,000. That's Sunday before Tim Fincher replaced Dean Benman as the commissioner of what professional sports organization? NHL, MLB, PGA Tour, MLS. That'd be PGA Tour. NHL was Gary Bettman, MLB was Bud Selig, and MLS had being one starts about 95, 96 actually. So
You are correct.
I think he was actually a former player actually, or a golfer actually.
Well, okay, that's $2,000. Don't drop the ball now. For $4,000. Here's the next question.
When this video was adopted by the 79 Pittsburgh Pirates as their theme song, Aniston is down by McFadden and Barnett, Eidos are flat by Gloria Gaynor, We Are Family by Sister Sledge, Stand Live by the Bee Gees. Happy We Are Family Pirates. Yeah, it was Pops with Stargell.
Right? That's right.
And it worked Pirates won the World Series in 1979, come back from a 3-1 deficit against the Orioles actually, and it's the most recent time the Pirates won the World Series. Okay,
that's $4,000 and you're halfway to the million. Now for your chance at $8,000. Here we go.
Half a point this attempt. Well, that's a double Woods basketball team won the 2000 National Championship. University of Connecticut, University of Tennessee, Louisiana Tech, University of Georgia. That'd be UConn that won it. Famously defeated the University of Tennessee for the finals.
You got it.
Yep. I believe it was the first time Barcelona faced against Gina Rima in the final of a women's March Madness, I believe, that year.
You are unstoppable. Now let's take a look at that $16,000 question.
Okay, 16. The first 3 or 4 Super Bowls, who was the only NFL player to start quarterback for 2 different franchises. Bob Greasy, Earl Morrall, Craig Morton, and Dawson. That'd be Craig Morton.
You're confident you will not crash and burn with answer C. And you're right.
Yeah, with Dallas sending 1 and Denver and sending, although he ended up losing in both cases, actually. But he lost in both. He won Super Bowl 6, but lost Super Bowl...
You certainly don't need a pinch hitter, do you?
I think he won Super Bowl 5, actually, and then lost Super Bowl 12.
Here we go.
Okay. 1992, the NHL's Quebec Nordiques attempted to trade Eric Lindros to what 2 teams at the same time? Flyers and Islanders, Rangers and Avalanche, Rangers and Flyers, Islanders and Rangers. Kevin Rangers the Flyers to try to do it.
So, answer C looks
and
like
I think it was an independent arbiter, I think it was Larry Bertuzzi, who decided in favor of the Flyers because they initiated the trade first, actually. Some side actually that was the reason why the Rangers won the Stanley Cup '94 stat. They would have given up Mike Richter and John Van Biesberg actually trade actually, just to get Eric Lindros. And yeah, the Nordiques ended up winning a couple Stanley Cup. I think it was a couple years after actually the trade. Since 1903, what 2 NCAA football teams traditionally played each other for the Little Brown Jug? Michigan, Minnesota, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Auburn, Indiana, Purdue. That'd be Michigan, Minnesota, and I think it was after. I think Minnesota actually drew against Michigan during Michigan's point-a-minute streak. Actually, that's why the Little Brown Jugs. But I think they actually drew. I think it was 660 drew actually, and that was the Little Brown Jug first one.
You're right. $64,000 and rising. Now check out this next question. It's worth $125,000.
Okay, 125. (1948) Sal Page made his only MLB World Series appearance pitching for what franchise? Philadelphia Athletics, St. Louis Browns, Cleveland Indians, Chicago White Sox. That'd be the Indians. The only way you really can work it out is if you have down to Indians and the Boston Braves play against Trevor Wilson. So.
With answer C. You got it.
After a long career at the Eagles, Page pitched 2/3 of an inning in the 40 World Series, which the Indians ended up winning 6 games over the Braves. So, since the last time the Indians have won the World Series.
You're inching closer and closer to the finish line for $250,000. Here we go.
Okay, 250. What holds the record for most points scored in an NCAA Division I Final Four basketball game with 58? Gail Goodrich, Bill Walton, Jack Givens, Bill Brown. That'd be Bill Bradley.
You're sure that answer D will not drop you in the sand trap?
Yep.
You are so right.
So I said record 1965 playoff for instance. It was actually back in the day. Actually, it was I believe it was a 3rd place playoff they used to play. The 2 teams that lost in the semifinals would play a game to decide who would be 3rd place, who would be 4th place. I believe Princeton was 3rd in 1965. Actually,
$250,000. Hey, but don't stop now. Here's your chance to double your money with the $500,000 question.
Which of these countries has never had a driver win the Formula One World Championship? Brazil, USA, South Africa, Belgium. Brazil, you've got Fittipaldi, Senna, and Piqué. USA, you've got Phil and Mario Andretti. South Africa, you've got Jody Scheckter. Belgium's never had the closest. Was when Jack Hicks finished runner-up in 1970 to Jochen Rindt. And then Hicks also finished runner-up 6'9", but that was runner-up for Jackie Stewart that year.
And you're right.
I think I'll say for this one.
Okay, this is it, what you've been waiting for. Your chance to become a millionaire.
Max McGee.
Keep your eye on the ball. Here we go.
Okay. My prediction was going to be Max McGee, Super Bowl 1. 1976, Nadia Comaneci scored the first perfect 10 in Olympic gymnastics history while competing in what event? For exercise, uneven bars, vault, balance beam. Deputy uneven bar, she said it.
You think answer B might be a hole-in-one?
I'm pretty sure it is uneven bars.
You're absolutely right.
Could have scored the first 10 on uneven bars July 18th, 1976. Next day, she also scored the first 10 on the balance beam. And it got to the point where I think it was there were a couple of tens actually back in the early days of the Olympics with the rope climb. You completed within a certain time with that 10. Country Club, Smutry Snub, goodbye your own golf course. Talking to Nigeria for his game, and this is getting a lot closer now. The next number to catch it to be number 1 is 48. So still got a lot of catching to do.
Well, you did it.
Haven't seen the Franklin when it was on your
money to buy virtual season tickets at any virtual sports stadium in America. Here's a word of advice, though. Stay away from those virtual hot dogs. Eat one and you could get virtually ill and hungry again in 10 minutes. See you.
That being said, thanks for watching.